What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
UFC was just in London with a card headlined by Darren Till and Jorge Masvidal. It was a crazy card, co-headlined by Leon Edwards and Gunnar Nelson. A great card overall. I enjoy the early morning Saturday cards. It's just a nice way to wake up and just kind of, I don't know, it's just nice watching sports early in the day. And most UFC fights, they're late at night. Now I'm on the West Coast, the best coast. So they basically program this stuff for me specifically. They call me up. They're like, yo. And I've been telling them I enjoy a day card. And they finally gave it to me. Thank you very much, UFC, WMGIME, all of you that listen to my requests. But great card, fun card. Didn't watch some of the prelims, went back and started to, and I just got tired. Listen, one of the downsides of having a day card is I still start drinking like it's a night card. So by the time at the end of the fight, I'm pretty much done. And it was, pretty early in the afternoon. So it was an early night for me, getting an early start for today. But with all that said, enough about my sleep schedule. Darren Till versus Jorge Masvidal. Start with the main event. Crazy knockout, Darren Till. Masvidal came in, started the fight with a nut kick, just a straight kick to the nuts, which is an insane way to start main event. I mean, immediately starting off with a foul. Again, we need to start taking points. I'm so tired of these fouls in the UFC just being warnings. Just like, oh, we all saw you kicked him in the nuts. I know it was an accident, but it's still a foul, so we got to take a point. Because it's a foul, and it's supposed to be a point taken away. But you can kick a guy in the nuts a few times. There was some toes in the fence, which I didn't necessarily agree with. There was some stand-ups I didn't necessarily agree with. But overall, there were some decisions. I didn't do well in this card. I lost. I picked Till. Masvidal came back. As I said, first round, Masvidal after the nut kick did not look good. He was getting pieced up by Darren Till. Till caught him with a straight left a couple times. And just, was able to avoid most of Masvidal's stuff. But Masvidal switched it up in the second round, was able to get in and get just a bunch of left hands, bunch of left hooks on Till and just knocked him out. Bounced his head off the floor, off the canvas, gave him an extra punch. And then Masvidal, during his post-fight interview with Laura Sanko in the back, I'm watching that live because it's on ESPN Plus. By the way, this card and next week's card, Nashville, ESPN Plus. If you're in the U.S., $5 a month. The only thing I watch on ESPN Plus are these cards, and it's great service. Way more reliable streaming than Fight Pass, in my opinion. Even though I still have Fight Pass for some, like pay-per-views, I'll get through Fight Pass. But so watched Masvidal during his interview and then go have another fight with Leon Edwards, which is just ridiculous. But it was kind of crazy watching it live. But yeah, Masvidal wins it. Crazy win. I would imagine Till goes up to 20 or 185 now. I think. What's the point? He's 2 losses in a row. It's hard for him to make weight. Go up, take some time off, get fat, bulk up a little bit, and start fighting in the 185. I mean, that division needs some blood. Or 205, where is he at right now? But Masvidal looked great. Interested to see what he does next. It was a crazy comeback for him. Leon Edwards versus Gunnar Nelson. I picked Leon Edwards, and Gunnar Nelson, he just shut Gunnar down. It was great. It was well-rounded. He's so good, man. He's so good. Can't wait to see who he fights next in the division. Also, another welterweight. We'll see if the UFC puts Leon versus Masvidal. They tend to do that a lot. I mean, they have part of the promo filmed already. So we'll see what happens. Gunnar, I don't know. He's inconsistent. I think he's great, but he's so consistent with his style. People can figure it out and just got shut down. The Reyes versus Volkan Ozdemir. I had Reyes winning, and I didn't think I picked him to win, and he won, but I didn't think he won that fight. I thought Ozdemir won it. Quinones versus Nathan Wood. Quinones lost that for sure. It was just dominated performance. Silva I got right, even though the stoppage I don't agree with, the armbar. Marshman won, and I picked him, but I didn't think he won either. I mean, it was close. Actually, I did think he won, but it was definitely close. But overall, it was a fun night of cards. It was a great fight earlier on the card with 2 female fighters, which I didn't get a chance to watch. Molly McCann versus Priscilla, something. But it was a great night of fights, great day of fights, I should say. But next week is going to be UFC in Nashville. Pettis versus Thompson. Pettis going up for the first time. This dude has been all over the place with weight classes. He's up to welterweight, was at lightweight, went down to featherweight for a fight. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm not picking Pettis. I love Pettis. I wish, it's just one of those guys that could have given us greatness, and it just stumbles. Who knows? But I think Thompson's got this for sure. It's going to be an interesting fight because stylistically they're both stand-up, creative, explosive, expressive stand-up fighters. Blades I have over Willis. Willis coming off a decision win over Mark Hunt. Blades almost was fighting for a belt until he got hit by Ngannou. But Blades was tearing it up before that, so I think he's going to return to his winning ways in this one. I got McDessie over Pinedo. Just McDessie is a great fighter to watch. Formiga over Figueiredo. Just because I'm just kind of guessing at this point. I've got Pena over Peterson and Barber over Aldrich. Those are my picks for UFC Nashville. There's not necessarily, the main event, the co-main and main event are definitely worth checking out, but it's ESPN Plus card, so I'm going to watch, who knows if I'll watch the whole thing, but I'm definitely going to watch the main card, and maybe go back and watch some of the prelims, or maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens Saturday. I might be literally homeless come next week, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I won't have a recap for that. But yeah, looking forward to, there are some other cards, like we got Angela Hill versus Ronda Marcos on the women's strawweight in the prelims. Hill didn't really work out in the UFC, went to Invicta, got the belt. She a lot of female fighters came in a little green into the UFC, and it's a new divisions, kind of growing the female MMA roster, and so it's a lot of green people that have to kind of grow and kind of ripen. And she ripened in Invicta, came back over to the UFC, had some tough fights, and now she's fighting Ronda Marcos, which isn't going to be an easy one either. But yeah, there's it's going to be a fun card. I mean, generally they've been doing good matchups. The last card was fun too. I'm enjoying it. As far as the McGregor stuff, if I was as famous as him and people were taking my picture everywhere I went, I'd probably get mad and retaliate, knowing that I can buy this motherfucker a new phone, although it's probably going to end up being, a much more expensive cost than just $1,000 iPhone. But he needs to have somebody take care of his shit. He needs to have somebody in his entourage that does that for him and that could take the fall, and it's not going to be it's not going to be like, oh, they're suing my bodyguard, which doesn't have anything, right? Versus suing Conor McGregor. You got to have protection. You got to insulate yourself at all times possible, Conor. I'm broke as fuck, and I know that. But yeah, that's it for this episode. And looking forward to Nashville fights. New episodes of this show come out daily. Subscribe on IGTV and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. InspiredDisorder.com for all of my original artwork. Go buy some. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out.